Oh, and HPC, we about that speed or that. Are we on?
I think so here. Let me check one of the settings. Camera. All right. Let's see. So I think we're live. I think let's give it a second here and let's see. All right. So they say that we are on. Hey everybody, how's it going?
How's it going?
We are back for another Lock Boss giveaway, and I have the AKA the Lock Father here.
How's everybody? Hope all's well.
And so hey, thanks. Okay, we got good audio. Sweet. We are cooking today.
Cooking.
So I got the Lock Father back on. I figure we would get to talk to him, and you guys can ask you questions about the toaster Scion, and have some fun with that. And we have a exciting giveaway we'll be doing here shortly. And as you can see, I don't know if you saw the pictures I guess it was on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Of one of the prizes this week is going to be this Schlage Quickset Dual Combo Metal Case Pinning Kit. I think they're $115, something like that. And so we'll be giving that away tonight live. So it's real exciting. Looking forward to it.
Since I'm on live, do I qualify? No.
I
do put hashtag LogBoss, but I'll tell everybody right now, I'm exempt from it. I won't take anything if I ever get it. I'll turn it over.
Now, hey, on the positive side of this,
yes.
I mean, let's do a little inventory here. Of the gifts that, of the orders, order over X amount, you get, hoodies, T-shirts.
Right. Oh, no, we've got
okay, you've been,
okay. Oh, yeah, I'm just saying
hey,
on this.
As a matter of fact, tell them what we did special for you for your jacket.
Oh, on the Lock Boss?
On the Carhartt.
Yeah. They actually had it embroidered with the Country Lock and Key logo on the back. And I said, you should tell everybody.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's good advertising.
Yeah, so...
For both. For, CLK and your company.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, guys. Well, hey, let me get in here and say hi to everybody. And go ahead and ask any questions to the Lock Father you'd like to. And,
okay.
I think we need to get a tattoo right here. Hashtag Lock Father.
I think that would be cool.
And by the way, nice shirt.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it comfy?
Very. It's nice, soft. I like soft.
Absolutely.
I was hoping I could get a Topo Chico.
Oh, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. I actually got one ready for you right here.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Cheers. We'll
cheers,
see
everybody.
You. All of you out there who drinking a Topo Chico, cheers to you as well. Good stuff. I thought it was pretty cool last week when Adam from ProLock had a Topo.
Yeah.
Very cool, guys. And so that format that Adam and I did last week, we're going to be doing that again very soon. So in the next coming weeks, I guess 2 Tuesdays from today, I guess 2 weeks away is the easier way to say that, right?
Yeah.
I have some new exciting guests on as well. But how cool is that of ProLock to give out a blue punch?
Man. I'd sure like another one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great, those blue punches are.
Yeah, and the history on the podcast and all that fun stuff. It was good stuff. So
I think I have 6 of those.
Yeah, you have a couple, don't you?
Yeah.
That's good stuff. So Adam, if you're watching, thanks again for tuning in and having fun and then giving one of those machines away. Very cool. All right, so let's say hi to some people here. So we got Mr. Watt Volt Amp. There he is again, 70-degree Phoenix weather. It's snowing out right now.
Man, it's snowed 6 inches in the last 2 days.
Yep.
And my hands are numb.
Are they?
Yeah, my fingers.
We got William Bennett. How's it going? Oh, he's down there in Arkansas, and he says they got 6 to 8 inches of snow.
Yeah, they're getting blasted through Texas.
They are. They surely are. I'm actually getting ready to do a podcast interview with JMA, and I was talking to Eduardo down there in Dallas, and he was at his house, and it was like 46 degrees.
Boy, that's warm for me right now.
Let's see, we got Mr. Ken Nixon. Thanks for tuning in. We got D-Wig Gang. How's it going? Oh, he's down there in Houston. Yeah, it's man, I feel bad for you guys down there in that type of temperature. As it's one thing for us that like we expect to be out of power. Right. I mean, I was personally out for about a week. I mean, we have a backup generator that makes it nice, but right. I mean, if you're prepared for it, it's not that big of a deal. But for all you guys down there in Texas, I mean, man, that's tough.
Because those houses get cold. I want the heat still on with gas heat. You just plug in that generator, and boy, keeps you nice and toasty.
Yeah, absolutely as well. Let's see here. We got. Let's see. Kevin, Gadget Eastman, how's it going? Oh, it says Ken Nixon says 2 weeks ago he won the Lockvoy Heavy Duty SFIC Cap Bean and Injecting Block and the Lab Mini Durex.
Wow.
Very cool. You keep on stuff, did you know? Snow. Pinman, he's from South Dakota for there. Pinman, thanks for tuning in.
Nice
Very
and cold
cool.
there.
Yes. We got Dave, how's it going? We got Victor, thanks for tuning in. We got John Falk, how are you? He says, hats off to all the lock bosses out there getting it done in all the snow and freezing temperatures. Yep, okay, so he's sitting about a foot of powder there as well. I guess it's snow time. Well, as a matter of fact, guess what? I'm actually going to a ski resort tomorrow, so that's where all the snow is. Hopefully.
Better you than me.
Yeah.
But you didn't tell me the other part, huh?
And water park.
Water park. Now I'd be in for that.
Yes. Good stuff. We got Hogmaster 13. I recall you have some nice. Yes, yeah, we have some SFIC videos, part 1, 2, and 3 on YouTube. Phil Herman, how's it going from Indiana? James Estep, thanks for tuning in. Steve Schmidt from Minnesota. Very cool. We got, let's see here. Austin, thanks for tuning in. Let's see as we keep going down here. William C., how's it going? Kevin Bacon, how are you doing? DJ234 tuning in. We got Ken Hogger. Hey there. Let's see here. Lab next nice to the penny book. Steve says, I think a lot of you guys have said hi to the Lock Father.
Hi, y'all.
That's it. Hogmaster 13 says his shirt needs to say, I'm the hashtag Lock Father.
I was thinking that myself because of how he brings it up.
Well, the funny part is, a little quick fun fact, a little family fact here.
God.
So my mom I think forever, as long as I can remember, has always gotten you like funny saying shirts to wear.
Yes, she always have, and I say, why do you do this to me?
And so, you know what? I think getting you a hashtag Lockfather shirt would be right up that same alley.
Great.
Tell us some of the sayings that those shirts you have.
Well, it says, I know I'm not perfect, but it's so close, it scares me.
Yep.
It says, I'm always right. 98%. Who cares about the other 5?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, stupid stuff like that. But she loves giving them to me all the time.
She does. She absolutely loves it. So
she likes to prank.
She does. Absolutely. That's good stuff. Let's see here. JT Folky, how's it going? Joseph Leonard, thanks for tuning in. Nicole Stratton, thanks for tuning in. Bart Simpson, hey there. Paul Cohen. Thanks for tuning in. We got Bears Back. Thanks for tuning in. Also, we got Greg Gibson. How's it going? Hey, thanks for all those what do you call it? Tags on Facebook. Very cool. Real cool to see all the different stuff you got set up. Working hard out in that cold weather. Very cool to see. We got Ed Keel. Thanks for tuning in. We got the Portuguese Prodigy. What is up? We got Gustavo. Thanks for tuning in. Just moved on me here. Let's see here. He says, hi, PJ and Lockfather. I did it. Gustavo, tell us what you did. Tell us what you did. I'd love to know. We got Chris Rainey. I won one of those t-shirts. Yeah, they are nice and comfortable, and that's one thing. No one likes to wear an uncomfortable t-shirt, right? So you got to get them nice and soft like that. That's good stuff. We got NY Locks. Hi from upstate New York. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Very cool. Tom Kaysen. He says, hey there, and hi to the Lockfather there.
Howdy.
PH Picker, thanks for tuning in. We got Suncoast Picker. He got off work in time. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. We got Jenkins Locks. He's in 7 inches of snow down there in southern Indiana. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy.
Well, anybody up in the north usually gets snow, It's the southern states what usually don't get it.
Yeah. Yep, we got Vernon. Thanks for tuning in. He says, have not been able to find the podcast. Vernon, we're going to get a link putting on here. Someone on staff that's watching this as well, if you could get that Buzzsprout link and put it in the notes, that would be super cool. No one's actually in the room today, so I can't really point or say. So, yeah. Okay, cool. We'll do that. Vernon, so sorry, I was reading that there. So we'll go ahead and we'll get the link put in that you can just watch from or listen from just your desktop if you'd like. But remember, you can always just go to the Spotify. Now, have you been listening on Spotify?
Yes.
Has that been? Okay. Mm-hmm. And so, just type in #LockBoss and you'll be able to see it for sure. We got Jeff Hudgens. How are you doing? We got a comment from the Portuguese Prodigy. He says, PGA, do you think you will ever be as cool as the Lockfather?
He's a lot cooler.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know. I don't know if I'll ever be able to be as cool as the Lockfather. Maybe one day. That's maybe when I grow up.
Well, you've grown up because when you were a kid, I used to drive down the street, with my arm hanging on the door sill, And you said, Dad, you think you're being cool, but, as soon as you open that door and you see that gut, those girls are going to run.
Oh, man.
You don't remember that?
No. Wow. How old was I?
Probably 12 or 13.
I mean, how much trouble did I get in for that?
No.
None?
Thanks.
Oh, man. No good. Let's see here. Freezing Rain. Jennifer Eastman, thanks for tuning in. Techno Sasquatch, what's up?
That freezing rain's tough. That's on your windshield. Can't get it off.
It says Nicole's having troubles with her key machine freezing up in the work van. Yeah. I mean, when it starts getting too cold, it's probably best to at least pull the tablet if you can, if not the whole machine. I know it's not fun. Right. No one wants to lug those around. As a matter of fact, can you guys see behind me this machine right here and this one right here? So we just got done, I just got done filming some videos on the Keyline Gymkhana. And tomorrow we're going to start filming some new key machine battles. So that's going to be fun. Going to be fun. So you guys can expect those soon. Let's see here. Willard 102, hey there. Let's go through a couple other ones here. Let's see. Freezy, William Bennett. Santiago, hey, thanks for tuning in live. Very cool. That's awesome. Oh, cool. Finished on time to see you. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. B. Strickler, hey there. Very cool. Guys, all right. So hopefully I was able to say hi to everybody tuning in so far. Let's see here. Kevin Beal says he runs a buddy heater attached to a 20-pound bottle to keep the back of the van. Very cool. Yeah, Ken Nixon. Yeah, we're bringing the key machine battles back. So I have 3 planned so far. And, usually when those juices get flowing, the battles start going, we'll bring a few more.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
They're fun. And we are going to be putting up the Futura Auto against this Gymkhana here. So I'm going to have to thread the needle good so I don't get in too much trouble on that one. But you know what? We're just going to let the machines speak for themselves.
What it is what it is.
That's just how it works.
Yep.
That's just how it works. So I'm excited for that one.
And then you've had a couple of guys do them in the past who worked for me. And they go, we need this, we need that.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Let's see here. NY Lock says he picked up his old 994 as a tank, and he's had Gymkhana about 6 months. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so all of that's kind of coming up. Let's go ahead and let's dive into a few things here, and then we'll go ahead and announce some winners. How about that?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so just a recap. So we did the tips on the electronic code machines. I saw a lot of you guys thought that was helpful. I'm very happy to hear. And like I said, although I did it on the Futura machine, those principles are going to apply to any machine, whether you have it's a Gymkhana, a Tiger Shark, any other one as well. So hopefully those were helpful.
It does get frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to it's like puzzle pieces. You have to kind of put together to get it figured out.
There's not one complete book which shows you everything.
Yep. And I think, once you do a few and you start to understand how it works, it gets a lot easier for sure.
It does.
So the other thing we did is we did the Town Steel E-Genius, which is really cool with that double locking feature. We're going to be having Town Steel on the podcast soon, as well as he's going to be coming on live with us. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And I'm going to save it, but there is a interesting connection that the Lockfather has to Town Steel. So I'll let that get revealed out in the podcast here soon, which is already recorded. So that'll be fun.
Can't wait to watch that one.
Yeah. And so we got that, and then okay, so tomorrow, I'm just gonna talk about it now. Tomorrow we are releasing the Town Steel video with the Bluetooth option. So I can't believe we left that off. It was a total accident.
Right.
And somehow with the editing and getting everything moving, it ended up getting thrown out. But the good part is I actually, since I was doing a separate video, I really went a lot more in depth into the app and its features and capabilities with Audit Trail. So I really hope you guys loved the video. Please give me your feedback. For me, it's really the best part about the those Town Steel 5000 locks, that Bluetooth app. So hopefully you guys really like it. It'll be a lot of fun.
Interesting how easy they are to program. I mean, all of it.
Yeah.
It's not tough at all.
No, but wait till you see the actual video on the Bluetooth app. It's really cool. It's really cool. So, yes, we got all that going on. We also, and then let's talk about for a few minutes on the toaster.
Yeah, the toaster.
The toaster.
Did you hear it pop yet? No.
Yeah. I know, you see some of the comments. If you having a couple sourdough pieces of bread up on the roof, that'd be good. I mean, that's your favorite toast.
Yes, it is.
Right?
No, it's a lot of comments. Thanks for all the comments on, the toaster.
Yeah.
They were all good. We all got to start someplace, and even with me having full-size vehicles, I still need a few of those little ones.
Yeah.
And you guys are correct. You get around town, if it's a big city or a tight parking spot, they work great.
Yeah, they do. That's now, was the configuration that we showed on live in the back there, was that how it's always been, or did you do any mods along the way?
I just put the workbench in, and that's it.
Went at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
because the Kia, I actually open up the back and have all my lock out tools underneath the little mat. Because there's, where the spare tire is.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So Ken Nixon says, ugliest car ever made.
I thought the same thing, but you put your name all over them, they sure get noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I will admit they look pretty special.
Yeah, they are special.
I remember when, it was actually right before a locksmith meeting.
Right.
I was with you when you bought it.
Right.
And I remember sitting there at the dealership, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's buying that right now. But it's worked out good.
Yeah.
It's worked out good. Functionality over coolness.
Well, it's both.
Okay.
A lot of people think it's cool.
Yeah.
How did you like those keys flying up out of the mud behind
Oh,
the tires?
yes.
That was his idea.
Yep.
And it worked great. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, having it like you hit a puddle of keys, and
Right.
the sides coming. That's cool, yeah. That's good stuff. Hey, Techno Squash, Sasquatch says, hopefully it's so ugly it never gets stolen.
I hope not.
That is true. That is true. Cool, guys. So, couple things coming up. So, right now, we just released today a new podcast. Well, first of all, let's talk about last week's podcast. I talked about Codesmith versus Locksmith. And is that a heated debate or what?
Well, a lot of locksmiths get upset because all they do is do it by code,
Mm-hmm.
And as I've always said, it's great because, before you used to be able to get a code, now you have to really purchase them.
Yeah.
More money for your customer, but it gets the job done quick and easy. But there are incidents where that key code is no good.
Yeah.
Well, you better know your stuff.
Well, yeah, and I think that's for me, I've seen some heated discussions about it,
Yeah, the bottom line is take care of your customer.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it just really boils down to, like what I was talking about in the podcast, was just making sure you have more than one tool in your toolbox, because
Absolutely.
for those times the codes don't work, or out in this weather, right? Like
Right.
out in this weather right now with it snowing, been snowing cold, or even down there in Texas, Indiana right now, getting a key code sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, well, it's a lot tougher today to get them
Yep.
because, you have to go through NASDAQ or, if you have a good dealership what's willing to help you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And, and at the same time, if all you do is rely on codes, that's a problem as well. Because,
Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes they're super expensive. Sometimes the system's down. And sometimes, as you hone your skills and get better and better, using other methods to decode the lock is more of a surefire thing.
Well, yeah, because I don't know of any of the code people out there, but will refund your money. No, they say this is what it is and this is what it is.
Yeah.
And you're out your money.
Yep. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that podcast on that, and hopefully I kind of thread the needle to, I think a lot of
Bring
times.
us all together,
Well, yeah, I think a lot of times, we get so caught up in being right or wrong that we don't look at the real big picture of the situation.
Right. Overall picture.
The overall picture. So, yeah, guys, we got that. So that was last week's. This week, I put one out. It went out today on the differences between key programming and key cloning, the pros and cons of each at kind of a higher level, and then what we recommend, or what I recommend for your situation. So go ahead and check it out. And let me know what you think for sure. And like I said, we have this Town Steel one coming up soon. We're going to have one with JMA soon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let me go ahead and check the comments here. And then we're going to get into the giveaway. So let's take a look here.
It's nice that all the manufacturers want to get it on board.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see. Thought I saw a couple things here. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. So we're all caught up here. That's good. So, do you join?
Sure.
Have some fun? Let's do it.
Absolutely. Let's give some stuff.
All right, guys, so we're going to change up the format just a little bit, okay? Just to have a little bit more fun. And guess what, guys? Before I forget, next week, Kylie and Megan are coming on.
Awesome.
Yes. So get your guys' questions ready for them. We're going to have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're a lot prettier to look at than PJ and I.
I don't think that's hard to do, though, is it?
No, you're right.
Oh, man. That's... Okay, oh, we had a question. Okay, so how do you enter the giveaway? Okay, so I'm going to go over all the rules here in just a quick second, okay? But this is what we're going to do tonight with the format being different. I have 5 names here, okay, that I'm going to announce. And then I'm going to put them in a hat. And we're going to draw the winner of this Kwikset Schlage metal pinning kit, okay?
These are rugged and tough. I like them.
They are. I mean, they'll last as long as you want them to.
I've had mine long.
Yeah.
A lot of years.
And so that's what we're going to be doing with that. And then the other 4 winners, we're going to be hooking you all up as well with just as good a products. I figured it'd just be fun for mixing it up a little bit and showing a couple gifts and doing a couple things differently. So just because this is the one gift doesn't mean it's the biggest and the baddest and everyone else isn't getting anything good. So everyone's getting good stuff. We're here to hook you up. We're here to support all the lock bosses out there. So without looks like we have people in there. Hey, you know what? I almost don't even need to say anything with all you guys in there answering that. Thank you guys very much. So just to make sure we're all on the same page, let me go over all the rules. And to answer your question, I'll do it right now. So throughout the week, we post videos on YouTube. Comment on those videos and include the hashtag LockBoss. When you do that, you automatically get entered in to win one of 5 prizes every week. It's free to enter, costs you nothing but just to participate and join the conversation. And every Tuesday here on live, we announce the 5 winners. Now, each week is a standalone giveaway contest, okay? So just because you won last week, technically you could win again this week. We pick the winners via random selection, and that's just how it works. So the best odds of winning would be to comment on each one of our videos throughout that week, and that would, technically kind of up your odds of winning, right? So that's how it works. And we're going to have some fun. Oh, hey, it looks like we got Mark Call joined in. Mark, how's it going? Very cool. Thanks for tuning in. Yep, we got the Lockfather. So, guys, okay, so here we go. I'm going to announce the winners. We're going to put them in a hat, and then we're going to draw the winner for the pinning kit. And then the other ones, you're going to want to make sure all of you, all 5 who win, make sure that you email us at sales@clksupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989, and we'll get your address, shipping address figured out. We'll hook you up. Here we go. All right. The 5 winners this week are... Do you want me to read them? Or
Yep, you can.
Okay, here we go. Winner number 1 is Pocket Woman. Pocket Woman, congratulations. We're going to go and take this. We're going to stick it in the hat here.
Fold them over
Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's fold them up here.
a couple times.
Yeah. Okay. Winner number 2 is Patrick Allen.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Patrick. Let's go ahead and fold that up. Go on to winner number 3 is Chuck Strawhand. Chuck,
Congratulations.
congratulations on winning here. We'll get this folded up and get it put in. There we go. Winner number 4. Mitchell May. Mitchell May, congratulations. We'll get that folded up, put in here. And the last winner is Santiago Carazana.
Congratulations.
Carazana, yeah. Santiago, congratulations. Very cool. All right, guys. So going to put these all in here. Hey, it looks like we got Chad just joined up. Chad, how's it going?
Can you fold them in half again?
I think so. Put one more little fold on them.
That would be the best.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Get it nice and fold up here. One more. All right, there we go. Got them put in here. Let's shuffle them up.
Okay.
Oop.
Yeah, put that one back in.
Yeah. Shuffle them up, and you want to pick one out of there? All right, and the winner of this $115 pinning kit is Chuck Strawhan.
Congratulations, Chuck.
Congratulations. Very, very
pleased
cool.
with
So cool, guys. Well, hey, thank you all once again for tuning in. Make sure you watch that or listen to that podcast coming up. We got the Lockfather. Thanks for,
Thanks for
braving
having
the
me.
roads to come over here.
That's it.
And very cool, guys. So everyone, thank you for tuning in. And we will see you all next week live. And hey, make sure you enjoy that Bluetooth video tomorrow on that Town Steel Lock. It's pretty cool. And I'd love, make sure you tell me what you think in the comments. So awesome, guys. Take care. We'll see you.
Have a good day, evening. Drive safe.